guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Heroes Advent. So, let's go ahead and jump right back in. This is going to be another Alex episode. Guys, please sit back and enjoy, and let's jump right in. Alright. It had a crystal attached to the end of the barrel, which made you think of a steampunk bazooka. Don't let the compact look deceive you. Usually Rye would help me lug this around the lab, but as you can see, I don't have his massive biceps. I see. You attempted to grab the weapon by the sides to lift it up. Duh! You huffed, falling on your butt as you could barely keep a grip on it. Alex said it was heavy, but this is so much more than that. What the hell is this thing even made of? You tried again for a few times, only to fail miserably. Alright, move over. I'll get this side, and you get the other. No matter what happens, try not to drop it on the ground. Okay. You positioned yourself as instructed as you got a more proper grip of the gun. Start moving on my mark. 1, 2, pull! You took a deep breath as you both barely lifted the weapon off the ground. You heaved, trying to have the thing leaning against your body for support as you slowly dragged it over the workbench. You felt like your muscles were being ripped apart from your limbs, and Alex was struggling to keep his balance as well. After what felt like an eternity, you managed to place the gun on the table. God damn it, why did Rye put it on the floor? The Lynx huffed and wheezed as he dropped to his chair. Yeah. You also sat on the floor to catch your breath for the time being. Alex had got back to the workbench and began to inspect the bazooka. He also asked you to fetch some tools for him, so you quickly looked at the rack on the other station. Luckily, you did read the catalog, so it only took a moment for you to get the crystal wrench and bolt the driver he asked for. He didn't say much, but he seemed quite pleased. You watched on the side as he performed some sort of maintenance on the crystal bazooka with a lot of care and focus. So, Cassian. You looked at him as quickly as he glanced away. I guess I should apologize for being too harsh on you. Oh, you weren't sure if you just heard that correctly. Regardless, you decided to reply with a smile. It's alright, Alex. I understand where you're coming from, too, so no hard feelings. Doesn't mean like I trust you or anything. Oh god, he's so tsundere. It's just, you're on my okay list for now. It's not like I like you or anything, Baka. He glanced away again as you looked, this time looking a little flustered. You can come by every day to help me if you want. Just don't mess up my lab. Oh, of course. I'm eager to be of help, Alex. And, yeah? Thank you. Alex glanced away with a seemingly annoyed look in his eyes. Almost like he wasn't sure whether to smile or frown. You do know I will hate you if you mess up, so try not to, okay? I'll do my best, don't worry. As you should. Anyway, it's getting quite late, so you're free to leave. It was when you looked at the clock to see it was already 7 p.m.? Whoa! It seems like time does fly when you're having fun. You had your concerns at first, but Alex doesn't seem so bad if at all. You actually had an okay time working and learning from him. I still have work to do, so you better go on. Oh, that's right. Do come by tomorrow, even if you don't feel like working around the lab. I still need to do scanning on you if we were to learn anything about how and why you got here. Alright, got it. Well, see you, Alex. Until next time. Oh my, I dare say, was Alex having a good time there? He waved at you from his desk as you left. You smiled to yourself. You seem to be in a good mood today. You made your way back to the elevator when you bumped into Ray. Ah, Cassian, how was your day? It went well, I guess. Alex said I can come by tomorrow to help him. Oh, that's great news. Guess I was worried for nothing. That cat, finally he's getting a new acquaintance. Possibly a new assistant, too. You're giving me too much credit, Ray. Hey, it's not easy to leave a good impression on Alex. And that's coming from his longtime friend. Right. But that's that. Where are you going now? I'm heading back to my dorm room, of course. Ah, well then, I brought this for you. He handed you a meal box like the one at lunch. I was on my way to get His Majesty dinner. Bought an extra one for you as well. Oh, thanks, Ray. He swatted your hand away as you reached for it. Nuh-uh, you have to pay for it. He gestured towards your pockets. Oh, well, I don't really have any money. I can see that. Well then, I also accept a different kind of payment, too. One that doesn't require cold, hard cash. He approached you as he said, "What do you say, Cassian?" I... Heh, just messing with you. He gave your shoulder a light nudge as he chuckled. Ray, don't play with me like that! I can't help it. You guys look just so cute and embarrassed. Anyways, you can have it for free. Consider it compensation for having to deal with Alex. Now, go and rest up, Cassian. You could really use it if he wants you back in his lab. Okay, noted. See you later too, Ray. You waved him goodbye as you parted ways. You made your way back to the dorm and spent some time on the balcony. Being in an enclosed room for an entire day was quite something after all. You sat down to eat your dinner, which turned out to be some kind of stir-fried noodles. You spent the next hour cleaning up and getting ready for bed. Alex wanted you back at the lab to help around with his project, so you'd better be in pristine condition lest you make more missteps and get chewed out by him. Because you've seen him in a good mood today. The thought of an angry Alex was even scarier than before. I hope I didn't get on his bad side at least. You managed to fall asleep after quite some time. Naughty boys. Naughty boys. Beep, beep, beep. You wake from the loud alarm. You rubbed your eyes gently as you sat up in bed. It's still quite early, but you feel rather refreshed. You get to the bathroom to prepare for your second day at Alex's lab. You remember the link saying something about scanning your body, so you do feel rather anxious. Better come in fresh. You decided to head straight to the tavern for some quick breakfast before going to the lab. You saw Ray in the main hall with a box in his hand. Good morning, Ray. Ah, Cassian, hey, it's still pretty early, and yet here you are, looking for me already. I'm flattered, he said with a playful wink. Well, no, I'm just on my way to get some breakfast. Oh, is that so? Mind if I tagged along for a bit? Ah, sure. Heh, thanks, Cassian. Where are you going after this anyway? Well, I'm going to Alex's lab. He wants me to show up again, remember? Oh, yeah, to do that scanny thing, right. Well, I guess he could wait a little longer for his breakfast. Let's get going, then. You both headed to the tavern. The waiter quickly swung by your table as soon as you sat down. Good morning, Rai. Cassian. What may I get you today? Oh, I'm good. I'm just here for company. What you getting, Cassian? Well, I'm here for the free breakfast. One breakfast set. Anything else? No, that'd be all. Understood. If you need any help at all, just call me Ash. All right, thanks, Ash. The leopard gave you a courtesy bow before returning to the kitchen. For a place like this, he's quite proper, isn't he? Ray remarked. Him? Well, yeah, I guess so. Back in my world, establishments like these don't have anyone dressed up that fancy, let alone speaking in such a proper manner. After a few minutes, Ash returned from the kitchen with the food in hand. He placed a tray in front of you with a curtsy nod before heading to a different table. You noticed your breakfast seemed a bit different this time around. Instead of fruits, the oatmeal seemed to have some chunks of meat and vegetables. This is different from yesterday. Oh, a savory set, eh? Yeah, they do alternate between savory and sweet sets each day. This one probably doesn't look as appetizing, but it's quite good. Give it a taste. You hesitantly took a spoonful and closed your eyes, expecting a weird taste, but it turned out to be quite a pleasant one. The chunky meat actually gave the meal a bit of texture, which complemented its light yet balanced taste. It was quite fulfilling, like eating a meat porridge, but better in several ways. You quickly finished up with a satisfied sigh. You done? We should get to the lab then, yeah? Yep, let's. You nodded with glee. Can't help but feeling energized after such a good meal. You both made your way to the lab. Just as Ray was about to scan his eyes, you heard Alex talking through his intercom. Oh, finally, you're here. Let Cassian use the retinal scanner, Rai. I want to register his profile. Oh, all right. You heard the boss man, Cassian. Go ahead and put your eyes in front of the scanner. Oh, okay. You followed his instruction. The scanner seemed to go silent for a moment before the bell chime played and a synthetic voice greeted you. Welcome, new user. Please state your name. Cassian, you said hesitantly. Welcome, Cassian. The voice replied as the door slid open. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Well, well, now you're officially Alex's lab mate. Ray chuckled as you followed him inside. Yeah, har har, very funny. I am so overwhelmed by laughter right now. Despite the deadpan look on his face, Alex seemed to be blushing a little. Hey, who said anything about it being funny? If anything, that's pretty sweet. Not everybody can impress Mr. Alex here so much to become his lab mate, right, Cassian? The dragon said as he nudged your shoulder. You couldn't help but chuckle a bit as the links went even redder. My point is, as long as you can help me around and don't leave a bigger mess, I won't mind. Right you are. Oh, right, here's your breakfast. Oh, excuse me, guys. Fish sandwich, your favorite as per usual. Thanks, you can leave that here. Alex resumed his typing as Ray put the box at his desk. Also, aren't you headed somewhere important today? Oh yeah, the road trip. The dragon scratched his head a bit. I almost forgot about that. Seems like I'm 10 minutes late. Better ready up. You should be thankful that it's Max and not any of your supervisors. Puh, what? Because my honeyed words won't budge them as much as they would on you, right? Just shut up and get going already. He might be a friend, but you shouldn't keep others waiting so long. Fine, fine. Ray grabbed his equipment from the side desks as well as a large basket by the shelves. And I know I said this before, but be careful out there, Rye. I'd rather nothing bad happen to either of you because of me. Yeah, well, it'll be all right, Alex. Well, I'd better be going now. See you guys around. Ray gave the Lynx a quick head pat before going on his way. For a moment, you could have sworn you heard hearing a purr, but maybe it was just your imagination. Well, now that dumb dragon is gone, we can get back on track. Are you up for it, Cassian? Yes! But, please remind me what we're gonna do again. Scanning. I'm curious to see if you had anything of interest, any abnormalities or peculiarities, if you will. The Lynx said, going through some sort of data chart on screen. You said you were a human, right? I'd want to know how much your transformation has affected your body. Studying your body composition also seems quite prudent. That sounds like a lot. Huh, that may be. Though it's a rather straightforward process. Come with me. He opened the hidden tunnel from his computer as you followed him back inside As you followed him to the back room inside. Okay. He quickly went to the larger computer in the back and opened a different entrance with a set of commands. Ooh, cryopods. Spotlights lit up the new chamber, revealing rows of stasis tanks lined to the sides. Some are empty, while others are filled with some opaque liquid. You could have sworn spotting something moving inside of the tubes, but then again it was too hard to see anything. Ah yes, this is where the Emperor created the Primarchs. What is this place? My biological research room. I use these tubes to contain living creatures and run tests on them. He stopped in front of an empty tank in the back. Now, strip and get inside. What? What? Well, apparels in general will obstruct the scan, so we need as little clothing as possible or the procedure won't be optimal. But, do I really have to? You said timidly. He went silent for a bit before letting out a long sigh. Fine, I guess you can keep your pants on. But the scan will take a bit longer since I have to run several instances aside from modifying the scanning procedure. That's me. Okay, I'm okay with it, I guess. Yeah, I'll take the pants off for Alex. No, it's alright. I can figure it out. Just remove your clothes and step in. Let's see what that's it. Alex friendship, okay. Okay, thanks, Alex. Yeah, just make it quick. I want to eat my sandwich already. You removed your upper clothes and walk inside the tube, which closes up the moment you fully got in. What now? I'm going to fill up the tank with diagnostic fluids. It won't be cozy, but do try to relax, okay? This won't take too long. Alright. You see Alex circling to a different control panel and started the process. Before you knew it, the cold liquid was already up at your waist as you tried to relax your body. Suddenly a tube and a mask slithered from the top towards your face. You assumed this would help you breathe, so you opened wide as the tube slid into your maw. As your body fully submerged, you were able to breathe again through the tube, which soon fed you some kind of warm fluid. You felt increasingly drowsy, as if you were floating in space. Everything became a blur to you soon after. The last thing you remember seeing was Alex in front of your tank, pushing buttons on the panel while munching on a sandwich. Eventually, you woke up covered in a white blanket on what looked like a hospital bed. You glanced around to see Alex beside you, seemingly taking notes and typing away at a computer. You could vaguely see what seemed to be an internal scan of your body on the screen. Oh, you're up. He eyed you for a bit before looking back at the screen. You've been out for almost 6 hours. 5 hours and 57 minutes to be exact. 5 in the tube, and 57 on the bed. You rubbed your head as the pain slowly settled in. Ugh, my head! That's a common side effect of the anesthesia. Try not to move around too much. I'm almost finished with this. You lay back down on the pillow, closing your eyes. Your head felt like a piece of wood being drilled non-stop by a woodpecker. You stayed there for a couple of minutes before Alex finally stood up from his chair. Finally! Ugh! He did a quick stretch before taking a deep breath. Let's go. Put on your clothes and go to the front, he said, pointing at a small table where your clothes sat, seemingly intact and neatly folded. Okay. He tried to lift the muscle, but it still felt very weak. It's like trying to walk immediately after floating in a swimming pool for a long time. He held onto the bed and slowly made it to the table. Despite the mild numbness in your limbs, you still managed to put on your clothes. You slowly walked towards Alex, who's waiting by the secret door. Come on, hurry up. Alex urged, and you tried to sprint a little, almost tripping on your own feet. Ka! You managed to regain balance after a lot of struggle. The Lynx only shook his head as he tapped on the door panel and headed back to the front lab. Alex took one and sat down at his computer. He began typing again as a diagram of your body scan appeared on the screen. He took the other box and sat down in front of his desk. This feels like a patient waiting for his doctor to you. So, the results are in, and it's quite interesting, he said while swiping his hand from the screen to a space in front of you, where the same diagram you saw on screen appeared almost instantly like some sort of hologram. Whoa, that's really cool, you said in awe, and the Lynx seemed a little flustered. What are you, a child? Alex shook his head. Well, anyway, like I said, the result is quite interesting. Nothing is wrong with your anatomy. Everything is where it should be. Nothing's out of the ordinary, and nothing is missing. Hopefully. Okay. 1 second, guys. Give me 1 moment. Okay. He clicked on the screen, and the Magi label of the diagram is overlaid but looked like a bunch of wires going all around your body, connected to the center point of your body. Is this? Yes, those are your blood vessels and your circulatory system. Magi particles follow this system to distribute themselves across your body accordingly. So that means there's nothing wrong with my blood flow, right? You tried to recall anything you've learned from biology class years ago. Well, that is what my scan looks like. Ooh, excuse me. He tapped at the screen and dragged it in the opposite way. The hologram changed into what looked like Alex's body scan. Unlike yours, his circulatory system seemed to glow a yellowish hue instead. It's glowing? Exactly. Under certain light frequencies, the Magi particles in your body will emit light based on your elemental affinity. Yours doesn't glow. This would mean your body doesn't have any Magi particles at all, or so I would assume. So I can't use magic? You can't. For now. Your body has a trace amount of Magi. About 0.019574% to be precise. It's impossibly small. Even newborns have a 15% Magi inside them. The lowest Magi count on a macroscopic living creature is the Devona tree with 3%. And that's because they live in the middle of the arid terrains like deserts. Your Magi count is lower than even a microscopic creature, which has at least 0.1%. Is that a bad thing? Not necessarily. It actually makes sense since you're from a different world, which means... His eyes suddenly gleamed with excitement. You're living proof of a creature from another dimension! Ha! Finally, I found some concrete proof to finalize my research! Those stupid old academic council members can pack their bags and scram! Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it right here. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. And leave a super thanks or a tip if you can, it always helps. I'm gonna go take a nap. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!